Everything you eat is more expensive these days. Food prices up nearly 8% in the year ending in February and are expected to rise another 4.5 to 5.5% this year. So what are grocery stores doing to ease that pain? And is it actually shifting the way people are buying products? Let's talk about that with Stew Leonard Jr. He is the president and CEO of Stew Leonard's 7 grocery stores out east, including one in my backyard here in Connecticut. It's good to see you, sir. Beef, chicken,
Hi, Dave.
pork.
How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Good to have you. Those 3 I mentioned, beef, pork, and chicken, up 16, 14, and 12% respectively, really driving inflation. What are you seeing in your 7 stores?
Well, you know what? First of all, our family's been in the business now for 100 years, back starting with the dairy business. But I've never seen anything like this today. It's like our crystal ball is broken. You mentioned a few products like that. There's hot spots out there in the market. Like lobster meat is way up. King crab legs are extremely hard to get. And you look at a chicken right now, which due to the Russia was the breadbasket of the world. And the wheat and corn prices are going up. So you're seeing some hot spots in there, but I wouldn't say everything has gone up. There are ways customers can save today on their food dollar.
Like what?
Well, one of the things, and I know you're seeing it a lot, that people aren't as brand conscious. So what we're seeing even at Stew Leonard's is a lot of people are switching from their national brand that they love so much. You're switching over to a lot of store private labels. You can save 20% just by doing that. I think the second thing that's really, I've lived it all my life here in the food business, is there is a supply and demand issue going on all the time, whether there's COVID or there isn't COVID. I mean, farmers produce too much of something. There's not a lot of shelf life on fresh product. So they got to move it. So like if you come into Stew Leonard's today or any other store, Costco, you go to Albertsons, Safeway, anywhere, Kroger, you'll see that there's specials every week. So customers right now, what I recommend is buy the stuff that's on sale, and you notice freezers sales have gone way up during COVID. People are freezing a lot more stuff. So take advantage of these sales and freeze it. And the third thing, I'd really recommend everybody to do, but I hope none of our managers are listening, is go off your shopping list. Don't buy extra. Even at Stew Leonard's here, we're trying to do demos and have you taste that new, pizza cupcake that we have, or some new item, and you usually grab it and throw it in your basket. You really should not do that right now and stick to your shopping list.
Did you say pizza cupcake?
Yeah, it's really cool. They got a little brioche bun, and they actually put everything that's in a pizza, like the pepperoni, the cheese, and everything, and they're selling like crazy right now at the store.
We got sidetracked there a bit by that, but back to the brand loyalty. In fact, we're seeing 70% of shoppers are saying now that they're buying different brands than they did pre-pandemic. Do you have data supporting that, and are you seeing it a lot in your stores?
Yes, we have definitely seen that, Dave. We've seen probably an increase anywhere from 20 to 30% in our private label at Stew Leonard's. We're mostly private label here at Stew Leonard's. Trader Joe's is almost completely private label. You don't see a lot of national brands there. But, we're pushing private label right now, and we're seeing a big increase that's happening in that area right now.
Stu, I'm curious your thoughts. Amazon grocery stores expanding across the country, including one in your backyard, again, where I live here in Connecticut. How do you compete with Amazon once they enter this space?
Well, look, the retail food business is competitive all the time. I mean, I don't think there's a day in my life I haven't seen it so competitive. We built a store in Yonkers, New York, and you literally have to drive by a Costco to get to our store. There's only one road in. So we've competed with Costco. We've competed with a great chain of good friends of ours, the Wegman family. You look at the regional chains back east, like Stop and Shop and ShopRite. They're all great operators. But you just have to do better. And one of the things in retail today is I don't think retail's dead. People still love coming out and touching their product and looking at the fresh fish and the smells and trying new things. But I think what's dead is boring retail. And I think the retailers today have to make it exciting, make it fun for people to come to shop, show them all these new products like the pizza cupcakes that are out there. And we have animation shows and make it fun for the kids and the family. So we want to make the experience that you have at Stew Leonard's fun. And I think that's really what retail has to focus on in the future.
And speaking of fun, Stu, checking out the Instagram account for Stew Leonard's, we were very excited at the prospect of Stew Leonard's cologne, Find Your Inner Barn Animal. Touche. Who came up with that concept, and would you put it on?
Well, listen, first of all, I got a phone call from my dad, who's 92 years old, who said, "What's going on there at Stew Leonard's? You know, you had a cologne." And well, it's an April Fool's joke, okay? One of the things we do at the store is obviously we let people try things. We try a lot of new products. We try a lot of ideas. And just like, you know, if you want to get in the Baseball Hall of Fame, you only need 3 hits out of 10. So my father did not like that April Fool's joke today. I had to take a little bit of an earful from him this morning. But I think, how many hits have we gotten on that? I think thousands and thousands of hits.
887 likes. So bravo, sir. Okay. I'm looking forward to unleashing my inner barn animal and coming down there and having some Dole Whip. Stew Leonard Jr., appreciate your time, sir. Have a good weekend.
Hey, Dave, I tell people, don't panic right now about food. I think, you know, we're getting squeezed right now. We have higher costs coming in from our farmers. And, you know, we don't want to put pressure on them right now, but we're splitting the increase with our farmers right now when it comes in. We're squeezed right now because we can't push all these increases onto our customers. So, you know, our margins are lower than they ever have been now. And I think a lot of retailers are feeling the pressure right now because on one side, you got the consumer who you don't want to raise prices. And the other time you have your American good family businesses and local farms that are feeling the pinch from filling their tractors up with fuel now because the cost is so high. So, you know, we're splitting it with them right now, and we're hoping things will get better down the road.
We are too. Good to see you splitting that difference for your customers. Stew Leonard Jr., have a good weekend. Thank you.